After Apollo and I treated Cyrus to his life's first cup of coffee, he wanted to pay me back. Except that he could only think of one thing to express his gratitude. A cup of tea.
I mean, you decide to pay me back with what? This?
Look at how cool these plants are. Look at them. Do you even know what they are?
Cyrus, I've had tea countless number of times in my life. And by the way, there could be leeches out here.
Yeah, I'm sure there are.
What if there are elephants? There's an elephant poop.
Listen, Rohan's just annoyed because he hates the outdoors even more than I hate walking.
Oh no. Cyrus! You have a lot of explaining to do, by the way, Cyrus.
This is Sakleshpur, a cozy corner in the lush and misty heart of Karnataka. 200 years ago, here existed a British tradesman by the name of Mr. Crawford. Once every month, he embarked on a long and arduous journey. With his trusty steed entrusted with stacks and stacks full of a very special spice, his journey began from a plantation just like this.
And we, well, you, me, and Thar and the Apollo tyres are going to be recreating that journey.
Cyrus, let me get this straight. You're saying that there is a rest house somewhere up ahead which Mr. Crawford used as he traveled between plantations to rest for the day and sip on a cup of tea, probably.
Yeah.
But he did it on a horseback, while you're saying we're going to do it in this stallion.
No, we're going to do it in this M-Hawk.
I was just trying to be more poetic.
Unknown to you, what I've done is made some calls myself, secretly upsized the tires just a little bit. So now we have more contact patch. We have, of course, a better looking car because the stance is much cooler. But we also got the magic thing, more ground clearance, although very slightly, to ensure that it goes over all those obstacles that I'm going to ensure this car goes over, just to annoy you a little bit.
I do know that you've slapped on these tires. They're in fact called the Apterra AT2s, and I quite find them very good looking. By the way, whether there's muck on them or no muck on them, the whole lettering out there, Apterra AT2s, really gives it the classic off-road feel to the
absolutely.
Yeah, Mr. Crawford, Cyrus, he did it on a horseback, wasn't driving or riding through rivers. That's what you're doing right now.
But I bet he didn't have the kind of fun that we are about to have.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about getting to know Cyrus here, and I have no clue how long he's going to be at this.
While not having even a little bit of tarmac in this journey might not be your cup of tea, but trust me, that cup of tea, I've got something special lined up for you. Don't
I hope you do. The last journey, coffee run was so much better. We did so many things. After
Yeah, but
all
we were on tarmac all the time. It was boring after a while. Here, we don't know what the next obstacle is. We don't know what's around that corner in front of us.
Please tell me you're prepared for this.
Well, not.
Of course not, Cyrus. If you don't take roads, this is what you're going to run into. It's a bloody tree. It's crashed.
Well, we're gonna do what they did back in the day. A trick that's as old as dirt.
Have you got no leeches on you, right?
No, no leeches.
Okay, wait, let's think this through. Let's think this through
Completely
because we.
no, nothing to think through. There's only one way of doing
No,
this.
if you pull it wrong,
No.
the tree can hit the car. By the way, if the rope breaks.
The rope won't break because I know it's strong enough.
All right,
If
I'm
it
excited.
breaks, it breaks.
Ladies,
Four-wheel drive,
have you done
no.
this before?
No, I haven't.
I don't think so. Nobody's ever pulled a tree with a tar. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time on PowerDrift in an extremely improvised, impromptu fashion, I give to you. Oh, wow, it's out! It's out!
It's out,
Work. Nice. So there you have it, guys. The journey explained by Cyrus himself. We signed up for it now. There's no option. We can't really be going back. Forwards we go. So the Crawford market in Mumbai that we know, and the Crawford market here, Mr. Crawford, who is that the same Mr. Crawford?
You know, it's funny you say that. Crawford Market originally was a spice market, wasn't it? And
Yes.
it still is.
Yes.
To some extent, you still get spices and well, a lot more, but you still get spices.
It was the same Mr. Crawford.
It could be.
Yeah, because I'm literally bored to death here as we crawl at 5 kmph
It's
and
not. It's 15 kmph.
it's it really is 15. It's
Actually,
9
now it's 5 kmph.
There must be a reason why you're being so quiet, Cyrus. Is that because you're having to focus while you drive so slow?
Well, it is getting a little bit tricky. The mist has rolled in much heavier than what it was earlier in the day, or
Yeah.
well, even half a kilometer ago for that matter.
Yeah. So weather's changing here, by the way, every 5 to 8 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's raining heavily now. There's mist. It was clear only 15 seconds ago, but it's heavenly. The perfect backdrop, and this is perhaps the only point where I like to agree with you. The perfect backdrop for some good off-roading fun. So Cyrus, what is off-roading 101?
Right, first and foremost, what I always tell people, keep your thumb out of the steering wheel.
Right.
That's because if it snaps the steering wheel, it will take your thumb off, your thumbnail off, and it might even break your finger. Secondly, and probably one of the most important rules, keep your momentum going, because in slush or on a trail like this, if you bog down, if you slow down too much, you might not get out of that.
So momentum is important
momentum
to be
is
going
key.
forward. Yeah.
And thirdly, you need to have the correct set of tires. The 80 tires just do it really well. And you know why they do it really well?
Yeah, no, why?
It's not just cool looking tires. They look aggressive for a reason. They look aggressive because they need to. Those big chunky tread blocks, they're there for a reason. They're there to do a job, and that job is to dig into every little bit of grip that they can get. It's like a beaver into wood. This digs in,
Like the
or like the leech
leeches.
digs into your
That's right.
skin.
Like the leeches around
Exactly.
here.
And of course, these are 80, so the sidewalls are stiffer and beefed up too, so that when we're on these undulating rocks, and even if you go over sharp edges, they won't cut things up and they'll just keep you moving. You know what? We're about, I'd say 300 meters away from our final destination, but if you thought I'm going to drive you all the way up there and give you a cup of tea and make you a cup of tea, that's not going to happen. You're going to have to work for it.
You mean to say I'm gonna drive up there all by
Absolutely.
myself?
Come on, swap.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now that I'm looking forward to my cup of tea. Hope it's gonna be piping hot, something never seen before. Okay,
So simple stuff.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
gear,
it's
It's in four-wheel drive low.
the incline is really high. Huh?
just be gentle with it. It should go do it.
I'm in full low.
Yep.
Yeah. We're doing the climb.
Yeah. Just remember, thumbs out of the steering wheel.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's it, right? First
Yep,
gear.
go
We don't
for
need to
it.
shift
Yeah,
at all.
No, nothing.
Oh, that's a
at all.
big rut. Do I
Go
put my
for it, go
right
for
wheel in it?
Yeah, go through it. Put it on those rocks there.
On those rocks. Yes, sir. Mr.
Right, go a little more power.
Little more power.
Gentle, more,
Yeah,
gentle,
yeah.
gentle.
Gentle. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go through there. Stay on the right side. Keep it left wheel on this. Yes.
All
Go
right.
through it. Go through it. Yep,
Mr.
yep.
Crawford, all
Here
thanks
we
to
come.
you.
Okay, stay on the left. Your right wheel has to be on the right side of that big boulder there.
That's right.
Right. Go for it. On the right. Right. Gentle. Okay. On the
Yep.
rocks.
On the rocks and go.
Gentle. Go for it. Keep on the power. On the power. Yes.
Are you serious?
Go.
out here. Oh no, that was fun. Now I'm looking forward to that cup of tea. Thank you, Cyrus. How did you know? How did you know when to go on power? Because it looks.
It's just instinct, but yes, the thing is, as I said, momentum is key. Even when you're uphill on the rocks, if you think you're sort of bogging down, a little bit more power gently, and it'll get you through. At the end of the day, the tires worked really well. They did all they were supposed to do.
Yeah, all the heavy lifting.
Obviously great.
It's amazing what this car can do for the price, and of course all the heavy lifting done nicely by Apollo Apterra AT2s. And now it's time for the cup of tea.
Cup of tea indeed.
Yeah.
And for once, I'm going to actually make you one.
Nice one, Cyrus. Bugger, I knew it all along. This is the rest house.
What do you expect? The guy was here like 200 years ago. Did you expect like a 5-star combination?
It's a ruin of a rest house.
That's what's historical about it. It's the ruins of his guest house. It's so cool. Look at it. It's been here for like 200 years. And you know what? If you go inside, you can actually see his bedroom.
Yeah, why don't you escort me to his bedroom right now? Bullshit. I'm pretty sure there's no tea inside either.
Look, listen. These are 200 years old. What do you expect? Of course, look at the wind, look at the rain. Obviously, they're going to get eroded, right? That was his bedroom probably. This was like a dining table or something.
Why would
of
the
that
dining
nature.
table be right at the entrance?
I'm not
Cyrus,
making stuff up as I
what
go.
about-
That was his probably like
You
his
spoke
favorite
about
rock.
recreating his journey. What about that last mile bit where we have the tea?
Oh yes, the tea. I'm going to be right back.
God, it's very indeed. Oh, thank you very much, sir.
And remember, you have to drink it with a pinky stuck out like a real Englishman would.
Ah.
Made it just in time.
You know what? Right from the beginning, to have Mr. Crawford with us all here in spirit, I've gotten along something.
What is that?
The very cardamom from his
Oh, that's great.
plantation.
Well deserved in the tea. Should I put a couple in yours as well?
Yes, please. Thank you very much. All said and done, Cyrus, thank you. I think this is the best high tea I've ever had. Thanks a lot for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Do remember to subscribe to us. We're going to be back very soon.
Enjoying a warm cup of tea right now on a cold and windy morning.
Goodbye.